so proud of you. You have come together in a way that I've never seen before. I just wanted to come on again and say, first of all, thank you. Second of all, to say, please keep that love in your heart. Don't give in. You know, it's been an incredible experience here, and there's been a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. And so the tears that I cry aren't tears of sadness. They are tears that what has happened and what is transpiring against my fellow Canadians breaks my heart. It is breaking my heart. You guys, I just want you to stay strong. And I want you to continue to be unified and spread the love. You know, I have to ask you, I've seen people well, maybe not rightfully so. I can't tell you what to do. But you know, when you see the reporters in the streets, be kind and show them love. We don't have to agree with what they're doing. But it upsets me when I see people upset with them. Even though, after all they've done, I know it's frustrating. But we still have to have love in our hearts. Please show respect to them. Show respect to our police officers. A lot of these men and women, although I know it's not an excuse, are probably just trying to feed their families. I said it from the start and I'll say it again. Please pray for them and forgive them, for they know not what they do. At least I have to believe that. And I know there's a lot of anger at our government. There's a lot of rightful anger at our government. But I want you to know that Justin Trudeau has 3 beautiful children. So remember that. We don't have to like what he does. But I'm going to ask you to pray for him too. And I'm going to ask you, when you fly a fuck Trudeau sign, that he has 3 kids, just like me. I pray that you all find forgiveness in your hearts. Just please stay peaceful. And please take care of each other. And know that this too shall pass. And I'm not sure if you remember, but I posted a video a few weeks ago, feels like forever ago, about tomorrow. And there will be a tomorrow. And we will get through this. You have to understand that there's a lot of things at work here that need to prevent this from being a success. And the only way that this is going to succeed is if we always come from a place of love. I've always said, as human beings, we make choices from one of two places. We make choices from love, or we make choices from fear. That's it. That's the bottom line. And I pray and I hope that you will make your choices from love.
My stepfather used to say to me, "Don't worry, son. At your age, you've got nothing but time." My father was taken by cancer and died in my arms way too early. And I realized time is something we don't have. It's actually a gift. And right now we have that gift. This crowd, this movement has a chance. We have a time window that's open, and we can take it. Now, are you willing to? Are you willing to join me and just take this country back is what I need to know.
That is contacting Veterans for Freedom, because that's about the last people I'd be talking to. Believe me, a lot of these organizations, I'm not dissing them. I'm not dissing the members. I know there's good people in those organizations, um, but the upper administration that's in there, I haven't seen them do anything. So I have no idea what they're up to. I know they take in donations, and that's how they survive on whatever they're doing. But I don't see anything. I talk to other people. They don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. And I mean, if they're relying on a court case, well, I mean, I guess people are still trying that kind of thing, but I don't think we have our courts. The only thing we should be working on is communication with our law enforcement. Law enforcement is the secret. The law enforcement and our military, those are the secret. And I'm talking about the active law enforcement, active military. Those are going to be our heroes. Those are the ones that are going to save Canada. It's not going to be us. It's not going to be me. It's going to be them. Because we're going to show them that this is what Canadians want.
Give us an update on what's happening, what is going on, where we stand here as Canada for Freedom.
Well, where we stand right now is we're just going through the process of being sanctioned for the sheriffs, and everybody's crossing their T's, dotting their I's, making sure we do this thing right, and that is all going through incredibly well, and we're really, really happy with the progress of that. We've written our constitution, we've written our mission statement, and what we're doing is we've, off of 12 constitutional sheriffs, we have formed all the deputies and everything that are coming in now. We collected their names over the last few months. Now they're being vetted, and we're just going through the process of clearing people and getting them on board. And then it'll be uniforms that are next. So, buddy, we're very excited. I mean, this is an incredible moment, what we're doing right now. And Christopher James working on his part, getting it all ready. So I don't know. I mean, it's going so smooth. I guess the only thing that's rocking the boat is they're attacking me like crazy because
Town hall or meetings that you're going into? Is it, potentially to, just get more awareness? Are you looking at recruiting people? Are you, like what's the purpose of each one of these meetings that you're going to?
well, it's a two-part purpose. One of them is they've lost faith and hope in every organization. These people, they've got their own small freedom organizations. I'm not saying that, but all the big organizations that are out there that are supposed to be jumping in and saving the day type of thing, the people have lost faith in that. They haven't seen any action. A lot of talk, lots of talk, but there's been no real action. I don't call the courts action. That's just my opinion. I watch the way they go. They could go on forever. They could at least go on for 2 or 3 years. How many children will perish? How many good innocent men and women will perish in those 2 to 3 years? So it's a hope. We want to build hope that there's something coming that they can believe in. The constitutional sheriffs are going to be real because we are going to get the population of Canada to get behind us. And that's what we're on the road to do. We're building support for what we believe is going to be a peace officer force that is going to help protect the people of the country from unlawful laws, unlawful mandates, and whatever more. But we do not carry firearms. We're more or less going to be a buffer zone. And I'm hoping that we can get our police departments, our RCMP to work with us. That would be a dream. And we can fix this country together.
That is sad. So here we have a question from Timmy Rogers from our Facebook. He says, hold court, get truth, and then what?
We'll hold a court and get truth. Then what happens is we're hoping that we have the peace officer support, our law enforcement support, but let's assume that we don't. I believe it's our duty as the sheriffs, the constitutional sheriffs, to go out and make the arrests ourselves. And of course, again, not in a violent manner, We simply want to make people accountable for what they've done. Everybody knows they've done it. There's no secret to this. I mean, we've got over 60% of Canadians easily woken up saying, yeah, something's wrong, and these people did it. So they have to be held accountable. They have to have a fair trial. They have to bring their science, Jesse, which we've never seen, I might add.
So, time frame, like, you're going to be going the rallies for the next couple months before something major happens. I know
We've got,
obviously you don't want to really share the plans, but what's what do you have?
we've got a series of town meetings. There's a few important people that are on their way that are coming to us that we're waiting for, and they're key figures in this. We are going to be going across Canada and speaking, and we are going to notify all authorities across Canada that we're coming and invite them to the talks. These are strictly town hall meetings, freedom talks. We are not trying to do anything outside to disrupt anything to do with the public. We're not honking horns. There are no big trucks jumping around with their Jake brakes on and blowing their big horns. It's nothing like that. What we are trying to do is we are trying to bring the awareness that Canada needs to stand together. It needs to do it now. So the minute that we have built critical mass, when we hit that magic number, you will see action.
So you just said, so each place that you guys go to, you guys talk to the authorities, tell them that you guys are going to be there, and you guys invite them to come along to listen to what's going on?
Yeah, we do. We try in every place. Either the person putting on the venue lets them know, or I've even phoned a few myself coming into town, and I just let them know we're there. Excuse me. We're not a terrorist organization. We're not talking about violence. We're talking about the survival of our species.
Hello everybody, we just had an awesome event in Kamloops, but there's a problem. Now there's another event happening in Kamloops. Why? Same day, right after mine? Because Marcus Ray is hosting his own event. He's trying to cause division within the freedom movement. He's trying to portray me as a liar. This guy that just showed up a few months ago out of nowhere with shady, unnamed handlers / financiers who's trying to coerce people into a violent overthrow of the government. Are these just rumors, as Marcus keeps trying to tell people, and saying that I'm a liar, the guy who's been telling the truth for the last 2 years? Well, first of all, I went to one of their closed-door meetings at a private residence where you have to give up your cell phone, and that's where I first heard about this wonderful plan to put 5,000 guys in police-style uniforms, give them riot shields, and have them take over a courthouse. I thought it was so batshit fucking crazy that when I left, I waited a couple of days, and I called Marcus Ray on June 14th to question him about it and ask him about it, play devil's advocate, and see where he really stands. Unbeknownst to him, I recorded the entire interaction on video because I did not trust him and to protect myself from any legal implications of them doing some crazy plan that could get me labeled as a terrorist. So, after recording Marcus unequivocally stating what they want to do, stating that people need to be ready to be charged as terrorists, stating that they're planning on using riot shields, even stating and bragging that they actually bought them and how effective and expensive they were, and going off on how him and all his people are ready to die if need be, while at the same time claiming that they're about nonviolence. Now Marcus is going around calling these rumors that Chris Sky is making up to divide the movement. Well, I didn't release the video first because I wanted Marcus to do his little interviews. I wanted him to do his live events. In fact, I wanted him to be in the exact same city as me at the same time, like right now, so I could expose him. So now I'm going to post the video, and you're going to hear Marcus in his own words telling you everything that I've been telling you he said. So when he tells you that these are vicious rumors, now he's going to have to explain how these vicious rumors are simply his own words being repeated. And this is from June 14th. So he can't say it's some old video or anything like that. So everybody, this is for proof once and for all that, as usual, me, Chris Sky, is telling the truth. And as usual, the person who's telling you that I'm lying is the liar. Marcus Ray, you have now been exposed. Nobody's going to follow your stupid plan. You're not going to get anybody arrested. You're not going to get anybody charged. And you're not going to destroy this freedom movement. Thanks. I don't mind, too. I'd like to have a talk, just you and Chris. I know Chris, if you talk to Christopher James about me, he'll be willing. No, I know, but I'd love to talk to all three of us, have a conversation at once, because I'd love to be able to support the idea if I know that it's done in a way that they can't make it seem illegal, they can't make it seem like we're doing anything terroristic, etc., etc.
I don't see how they can make it be terroristic when it's just Canadian people asking for justice.
The only thing I'm worried about is if you get into a stalemate situation where Christopher James and his team are correct and they go in there with all the right paperwork and you get some fucking corrupt ass judge that basically tells you to go fuck yourself because they think they can, and then they call in a heavy armed presence, and then you have a heavy armed presence who's unlawfully protecting these fucking scumbags, and that riles up the thousands and thousands of people outside, and they try to go inside. And if you have thousands and thousands of people outside and they try to go inside, they're going to call that a terroristic occupation, and then they're going to try to arrest everybody involved.
Okay, if you understood the setup, you'd realize that thousands and thousands of people outside cannot go inside.
No, they can't, but...
What I'm talking about is 5,000. But listen for me. What I'm talking about is there's 5,000 sheriffs and deputies sworn in that covering that building, which means no civilians are getting past us either. No one's going in there. We're simply saying that it's time for Canadians.
But if you don't let people in and out, they're going to say that you're blockading or sieging the building, and that's another terroristic act.
Chris, at some point, you've just got to say enough's enough, and you've got to be willing to go down for it. They're going to have to kill us. They're literally going to have to kill every one of us. That's the 5,000 we've got. It took months to get them. Months to get those people from across Canada, ex-police, ex-military, ready to die on the front lawn of a fucking courthouse. Ready to die with no weapons in their hands.
The problem is, if they are of that mindset, and they are ready to die, as you say, and they have no weapons in their hand, the police will just start shooting them with rubber bullets. And then what's going to happen? They're not going to die. They're going to get angry, and they're going to start fighting back. And then we're going to have exactly what the government wants. We're going to have an embroiled, violent confrontation, whether they're armed or not. And they're going to be able to make us look like the bad guys.
Chris, those shields we bought, they fucking cost a lot of money. And they will protect us from rubber bullets.
Fair enough.
We're going in there in full uniform to serve and protect on our shields. 3-foot by 4-foot shields that are made of the right component or whatever.
Even though those are all defensive gear, everything that you're mentioning is defensive gear, when they use it for optics, for the media spin that 95% of the friggin' stupid population watch, they're going to say you look like a militarized, organized force that's coming there to instill fear and try to intimidate and try to coerce people to give in to your demands. Because basically that's what they're going to say. They're going to say you have a list of demands, and they're going to say your number one demand is that you're trying to force the government into court, and they're going to try to say you're trying to overthrow the government. You're going to say we're just trying to hold the government accountable, and we're going to try to rein in corruption, which is true, and I don't disagree with you at all. But they're going to say that you guys are a militarized force there to instill fear and intimidate and to try to coerce people to give in to your political demands, which by definition is terrorism. That's what they're going to say. If they could make Ottawa look like terrorism when it was fucking bouncy castles and people having barbecues in the street and everybody lovey-dovey playing ice hockey?
Hang on a sec, hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, there?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, because for some reason it's blasting in my fucking ear right now. Hang on a sec. My speaker.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's not you, bud. It's the phone. I switched you back onto signal, and now the fucking thing is just, it won't come off a speaker, is what I'm saying. I can't get it off speaker. Anyway, go ahead. We're just going in Daniel's house, so hang on a second.
Yeah.
Oh, there, I got it now. Okay, now talk.
As I was saying, if they can make Ottawa, which was the most peaceful protest of all time, look like such an act that they needed to invoke an Emergency War Measures Act, imagine how easy it will be to do something way more militarized and way more violent against us if they show friggin' video footage of guys in friggin' military-style uniforms all lined up like friggin' a force with shields and everything, looking like a riot squad ready to go up against a riot squad. That'll justify every action that they've already taken and justify even more draconian measures against us.
Stay strong, stay unified, and stay proud. Because we are so proud of you. The love we have felt in the last 19 days, well, before then actually. I guess we left on the 24th. Like I said, it feels like it's been a year. All across this country. Was the likes of nothing I have ever seen before. And that was you guys. That was all you. So, I'm gonna sign off, and for now anyways, don't you worry, I'll be back. I want you to keep fighting the good fight, and I want you to look out for each other, and I want you to have each other's backs. I think you're all amazing.